tried to feign death. His thinking was fuzzy, his eyes not fully restored. He needed to... "You think I didn't notice you, Ausar?" a voice said from nearby. Siris felt warm breath on his neck. "You think I can't hear you stir as you struggle back to life?" Siris snapped his eyes open and reached for the figure above him, his ancient enemy. He could see only a blur. "I put your eyes out each time I kill you," the God King growled, grabbing Siris's head and smashing it down against the floor. "Pain. Your body heals essential organs first," the God King continued. "Your eyes come late in the process." Siris screamed, flailing. The God King smashed his head against the floor again. All went black. Deviation. The first. Rain blew against the window of Uriel's cubicle. A window. He had worked hard for a window. Mary had pushed him to reach for that achievement. When you worked every day with numbers and abstractions, she said, it was good to be able to look out and see the world as it was, not as simply figures on a page to be added and assessed. There are numbers out there too, though, Uriel thought, looking out the window. Natural laws commanded the rain. Unseen statistics and figures determined where each drop would fall, how hard each would hit, the precise route each would take sliding down the glass. It was well beyond the abilities of mankind to calculate those figures. But that didn't mean they didn't exist. "So," Adram said nearby, "I told her that she'd better turn down the oven because it was about to get a lot hotter inside." The regular team of coffee mug-holding, suspender and tie-wearing marketing fellows laughed at Adram's joke. At least Uriel assumed it was a joke. He didn't understand why it was funny. Too many jokes didn't make sense when you broke them apart, not logically. The numbers didn't add up to laughter. Not for him. He turned back to his smart desk, lifting his stylus and making a few notations on a screen already full of numbers and ledgers. Nearby, Adram leaned with one arm on the wall of the cubicle nearest him. He continued to chat as people passed. Some joined his group while others moved off, but Adram kept talking. Always talking. The man never seemed to get anything productive done. Normally, Uriel could ignore him, but today it was tougher. The numbers. The numbers were so worrisome. Uriel needed quiet, not this constant blathering. Who had thought it a good idea to put an actuary next to the marketing department? Uriel raised his hand to his forehead, kneading it as he tapped his smart desk screen, bringing up percentages. If this happens, he brought up another list of percentages. Not if, when. It will happen. Each calculation spelled out disaster. Unfortunately, that wasn't what people wanted to hear from him. They got angry when he told the truth, as if it were his fault, as if he could make the numbers do anything. He wished so much that he could. Perhaps I can sugarcoat this, he thought. I could present the more optimistic side, like they're always telling me to. He glanced at the picture on the top of his desk. Jury, wearing a baseball cap. No, Uriel would not sugarcoat what could happen if this technology were released. He would have to tell the truth. For his son's sake. That would make him unpopular. But why did they order a risk assessment analysis if they didn't want to hear the findings? Executives were so odd. All except for Mr. Galluth, chairman of the board. He always seemed to listen. He was one of the only people who made Uriel think this company had anything of a future. Adram's chatter finally died down. Uriel glanced over. It looked like people had passed on to do actual work for once, leaving Adram alone. The tall, overly...